Brighton and Hove Albion, the 48th team to play in the Premier League. Promotion from the Championship last season was a remarkable achievement by any club standards, the Seagulls joining England's top flight for the first time since relegation in 1982. That's a long time. Not sure how to summarise such a lengthy period of football for the club. Here we go.
When the ball hits a goal, it's not Shearer, I'll call it Samora.
Sorry about that, but the Nicky Forster and Glenn Murray chants just aren't as catchy, you know? The Seagulls spent most of their 21st century life simmering in League One before in 2010-2011 they claimed the title and pushed on to the Championship. 6 seasons later, and manager Chris Hughton had led them to their greatest promotion, to the Prem. To try and get a grasp of what a remarkable achievement this is, the boys at Top Corner Gaming have took to their old copy of Football Manager 2010 and simulated to today's date. So we give you this, Brighton and Hove Albion now according to Football Manager 2010. So here we have it, the Premier League in November 2017 according to FM10. You'll see it's a bit of a mismatch if we scroll on down. Wolves are chomping on the bit, riding high in 4th. We also have Blackburn there, so have Portsmouth, Ipswich, West Ham floating around the relegation places, lol. Also Peterborough, Huddersfield and Leeds. Ooh, Huddersfield, that's a great prediction FM. But as you can see, no Brighton. Hell, scan the Championship. Ooh, Sunderland in the relegations. This is just fantastic. But again, no Brighton. League One then, scan, see if you can spot Southampton. Scan. Bloody hell, this is getting tense. Okay, boom. There you go, Brighton fans. According to FM10, you could easily be 22nd in League One right now. The game states that Brighton have just rotted away in League One with no pulling power to gear up the divisions, and they're one of the relegation favourites this year too. Let's check out the team and manager. Starting in goal, we have 34-year-old Graeme Smith. That's a good old-fashioned British name there. Graeme is a hugely long-serving Brighton player, having joined the club in 2009. In reality, he played just the one season for the Seagulls and only made 6 appearances. Now he's playing in the Scottish League One and is quite famous for turning up at the wrong stadium. Again, the defence is still stuck with Brighton players whose abilities never surpass the League One level. At left back, JULIAN BENNETT. He swapped the hoops of QPR for Brighton Stripes in 2012 and has been there ever since. Bizarrely, 2014, 15 and 16 were his best seasons. He was quality, making 10 assists in one campaign, but in real life that's actually when he retired. Centre backs and 26-year-old Kyle Bartley is probably one of the best players in this squad. In reality, the Swansea City defender has spent most of his career out on loan, a good signing nonetheless, and one of the only players in this team that actually plays in the Premier League now. Next to him we have club legend Tommy Elpick. In reality, he spent 7 strong years at Brighton, but here he is, more than double that, prolonging his stay for 15 seasons and counting. Finishing off the back 4, and we have SHALEUM Logan. He signed for Brighton on a free in 2010 as a young Manchester City trainee, and he's stuck with Albion ever since. Back here on planet Earth, he's found himself at Aberdeen, having never received any game time at the Etihad. All in all, you'd say that's a decent enough defence for League One, but it's not exactly Prem standard, right? Midfield then. Left to right, and we start with Charlie Daniels. He's been a mainstay at Bournemouth since 2012 in real life. He's managed to progress with the Cherries too, once a League One player before making the 2 promotions, and now he still finds himself around the starting lineup in the Prem despite being 31. On the game, he's used as midfielder. In the Prem, he's actually a fullback. Maybe that's where you're going wrong, Brighton boys. The centre of midfield starts with Michael TIMLIN, and yes, he does actually play in League One, but with Southend and not Brighton. How shall we say it then? He's not exactly Dale Stephens. Next to him, we also have Hope Akpan. Now this is a name you may be familiar with. The once Everton trainee was touted as a potential wonderkid. I mean, not at a global stage, but towards the Premier League sort of standard, and that was back in 2009. He made his competitive debut for the Toffees against Bate in the Europa League when he was just 18. Unlike Wayne Rooney though, his career didn't catch a flame, although he has found himself now at Brighton Albion in the Championship. Finally, out wide, Anthony Knockaert. Oh yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's a fake youth player called Brian. The strikers also include a made-up player, this time called Ian, although he is partnered with someone we know, CALLUM McManaman. CALLUM is the club's leading star by a mile. He has some really good stats: 16 finishing, 14 first touch, 15 heading, 16 flair. There's no way he should be playing in League One for you, Brighton. No offence, guys. In fact, if we look at his stats on FM18, yeah, he's not as good. just 10 for finishing. Better pace and more aggression, but that's it. He's much better off from his FM10 predicted development. Finishing up with a gaffer then, and you'll be sorry to see that it's not Super Chrissy Hughton. He hasn't actually had a managerial job since leaving his post at Newcastle back in 2009. Presumably he's still dealing with the post-traumatic stress of a managerial job on Tyneside. I mean, his record transfer is 7.75 million on Jonathan Woodgate. Oh dear. Either way, Brighton, you're stuck with Chris Morgan. The long-serving Sheffield United player has only just took command of the club. It's literally his first full-time position. So, League 2 could be calling then, lads. You did have Adi Boothroyd in charge for a couple of seasons, but a 10th place finish in League 1 was about as good as it got for you. That does it for HITC Top Corner Gaming. Feel free to pitch in with your comments below. Brighton fans, we're sure this makes your Premier League position feel even more sweeter. Remember to like and subscribe Top Corner Gaming.